You all hear me? Hi, good afternoon. You kind of know that you're getting older or more mature when the lady that introduces you is someone I've known since she was in elementary school. So, Ash, thanks for that. Anyway, guys, I'm really thrilled to be here on behalf of Ayala Foundation. I'm just the official spokesperson. But the guys that do the work, some of them are here with me. Ayala Foundation team, wave at me, please. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Let me share a little bit about our story, about the Ayala Foundation and what Yolanda meant to us. If you don't mind, I need to be behind the podium. Otherwise, I can talk till I'm blue in the face, and it's going to be past 6, and the prompter here will say, Luli, time is up. So, the need was so widespread, and the question for many of us in the foundation world was how to assess how, where, and with whom to get involved with. So today, I'd like to scroll down and synthesize my presentation into 5 points. Point 1, yep, everyone needs help, but not everyone is ready. Yeah, what does that mean? Everyone needs help and not everyone is ready. Anderson Cooper, during the wake of the Katrina event in the United States, said, "Hope is not a plan." Actually, hope is not a plan can really pertain to anything in life that we do. It's a plan that we need. It's data, data, and data. That statement resonated so much with our Yolanda experience. We were met with a lot of open hands, wanting to receive, but the devastation and the chaos that followed, the storm left many unable and unprepared for what needed to be done. We were surprised at what met us when we went and moved in to Negros Occidental in Sagay and Cadiz. Joey Lopez and I, our program director, and I walked into the room. The mayor welcomed us and he said, "What answers do you need?" There was the mayor sitting in a small room. His agricultural officer was there. His planning officer was there. His vice mayor was there. They were all there, and they were ready to answer our questions. We peppered them with, "Mayor, what's happening? What's the extent of the devastation? How do you know if the homes, the devastation was for real?" They had pictures of destroyed homes. They had pictures of boats that were destroyed. They had data, and they were prepared. So, to us, what spelled the difference was the simple fact that they had a plan, they locked down on the need, where it was needed, and how that need was to be addressed. For us at the Ayala Foundation, that spelled the difference between getting things done or running in place. Point number 2, our ability to help is only as good as understanding how to help best. In our 53 years as an organization, we have never seen devastation like this. We found ourselves stepping back and asking, where and how do we begin? In our desire to help, we ran the risk, yes, we ran the risk of rising to our own incompetence. We didn't have the luxury to experiment. And the lesson was all about finding the right partners on the ground who can get going and not to reinvent the wheel. In Negros, are there any Negrenses in the audience? Okay. In Negros, we worked with a cool group. The group was called Negrense Volunteers for Change under the leadership of Milik Kilaiko. They were committed, they were driven, and they were passionate. In Tacloban and Javier Leyte, we worked with the Hapinoy group because they know social enterprise. At the end of the day, what does this mean for the Ayala Foundation? We apply the same business acumen of the Ayala Group of companies to social investments that we make as a foundation. And that means harnessing business strengths that are available to us. For example, construction and real estate is not Ayala Foundation's expertise. If you showed me a plan, an ingress and egress, it would take me hours to figure that out. So we called MDC, which is the construction arm of Ayala Land, and we said, help us. And they were there instantly. Ayala as a group is also part of PAR, the Presidential Assistant for Rehabilitation and Recovery, as a development sponsor for 3 areas, Northern Iloilo, Northern Negros, and Aklan, specifically in the areas of housing, education, livelihood, and health. Here, Ayala Foundation's expertise as a not-for-profit and using the Ayala Group of companies with their and for their corporate competencies. Third, I know you all agree with me on this, helping is absolutely, on the third point. Next slide. Helping is good, but creating shared value is absolutely better. From the get-go, from day one, we knew that applying Band-Aid was absolutely out of the question for us. What does this mean? Creating shared value, which is about bringing business and society, business and communities joined at the hip for a mutual beneficial relationship. It's about communities getting back on their feet so that livelihood and trade can once again take place. I remember my community visits so vividly, like it just happened yesterday. I remember vividly the stunned look of people walking in the streets. I remember the stunned look of people participating in meetings who were trying desperately to focus on what we were asking them. And I'll never forget a vice mayor who told me, "Luli, what we need in this community is to get people's routines back." Routines, kids going back to school, parents going back to work, homes rebuilt, refixed, routines had to get back. That seemed pretty simple, but it absolutely was not. So at the foundation, we learned on our feet quickly. It was about integrated solutions. It was not enough about building classrooms, getting the parents and their boats back. Not enough. It had to be an integrated community solution. Where? On the fourth point, everyone, all the ground partners, everyone needs to have skin in the game. Skin meaning ownership, taya, for those of us Filipinos in the group, and counterpart funding. The communities where we are working, we try hard not to believe in donations. The lesson was about challenging each other to have ownership and to stick with it, even when the going gets tough, because all of us at the table had something at risk. What are some examples of LGU counterpart funding that we saw? Number one would be waiving all the construction permits to allow us to go in there, do, and mobilize quickly. Bringing in gravel and soil and sand. Bringing in labor to help us with the construction. Bringing in people who could help secure the assets. Bringing in people who could help lend that extra pair of hands. Fifth, we're nearing the 1-year mark since Yolanda made landfall, November. And yet, so very much has to be done. Sustainable engagement is knowing that it takes a village, a municipality, a province, and a whole lot of people working together towards the same end. My dear friends, there is no room for lone rangers in the work that we do. The LGU is our partner, and it's not political parties. We work with leaders. The community organizer is our local expert. The fishermen and the farmers take on the monitoring and evaluation. They are our eyes and ears. They know what works and what does not. And the companies who have donated through Ayala Foundation, some of you who I see today, thank you, Gianna, are our donors, our partners, corporate institutions, individuals, and we owe them transparency and accountability. At Ayala Foundation, we always remember, and it's very much our DNA, we remember that only when we act as one can we get things moving and can we get things done. In closing, as I was preparing for our chat today, I asked myself, what did Yolanda mean to me personally as a person, past my corporate hat? And what it taught me is that I have to listen and understand a little bit harder, learn and move a little bit quicker. And at the end of the day, I'm absolutely convinced that it's relationships and shared value that truly, truly make a difference. Thank you all for inviting me to this dialogue. Thank you.
Thank you so much.